neutral opinion. Subscribe. Most of the time when we see people doing well in life, we fail to listen to their story and we are only ready to celebrate their glory, not wanting to learn from how they got to their place of glory from their not so pleasant stories. In this video, we shall be taking a quick look into the story and a short bio of Troost Ekong, the captain of the Nigerian Super Eagles. Indeed, this is a story of grace to grace and determination yielding results. William Paul Troost Ekong was born on the first day of September 1993. He is a professional footballer who plays as a centre-back for both the Super Eagles of Nigeria and his club. Troost Ekong qualifies to play both for the Netherlands and Nigeria as he is a mixed boy of the Dutch and the Nigerian descent. He first played for the Nigerian national team in 2015 and since then he has been doing extremely well. No wonder he is the Super Eagles captain today, where his both parents in support of him becoming a professional footballer. No, in fact, this led to the end of their marriage. And it took great determination, resilience, and hard work for him to get to where he is today. Troost Ekong attended secondary school at Ockwell Anglo-European College in Bishop Stortford in England. He played football at a very young age in England for Fulham and Tottenham Hotspur. Troost Ekong began his senior career in the Netherlands. Troost Ekong was born in the Netherlands to a Dutch mother and a Nigerian father. Troost Ekong has two siblings and they are Everest and Emily. As I mentioned earlier, Troost Ekong qualifies to play both for the Netherlands and Nigeria as a mixed-race man. He had played for the under-19 and under-20 youth level in Netherlands before he eventually chose to represent Nigeria. He made a senior international debut for the Super Eagles on the 13th day of June 2015. You know what a typical Nigerian parent wants for their child as a career when they grow up? Go study and study a very lucrative course. Ekong's father, as a Nigerian man from Akwa Ibom, wanted something else for his child. But Ekong, as a kid, fell in love with football from a very tender age. Unfortunately, this did not help the relationship between his father and his mother. His dad wanted something else for him, but Ekong was determined. He knew what he wanted and he wanted to tread that path regardless of what his parents think. His father, who didn't see any bright future in football back then, wanted him to go to school and make something meaningful out of his life. So at a tender age of 12, he sent him to a boarding school in England. Ekong got to England and instead of focusing on what he was sent there to do, and that is to study, in order to gain admission to the university, he fell in love with the game of football. After 3 years, his father was expecting him to return home with a university admission letter. Did he come home with the letter? Yes. But instead of coming home with a university admission letter, Ekong returned with documents to gain admission into a football academy. As expected, this frustrated his father and he refused outrightly to sign the documents. It continued that way until just a day to the deadline for his parents to sign. His mother, who is in support of his passion for football, seeing that his father still had not made up his mind to sign, decided to sign the document against the will of his father. This singular act by Ekong's mother poured more fuel into the already burning fire, and this led to the end of his parents' marriage as they had to divorce. Was Ekong's father against him doing well in life? No, he was just against his son playing soccer as he wanted the best for his son in his own way. He believed education was what would give that to his son. So Ekong went back to England and joined Tottenham Football Academy in London. As if the whole scenario was not messy enough, an unpleasant report came from Tottenham after 3 years from one of his coaches, who called his mom and told them Ekong is not good enough to become a footballer and that he should give up on football. You know how his father will feel on hearing this, right? This was meant to break him, but a determined Ekong refused to be broken. Instead, he left the academy but refused to give up on football because he couldn't afford to go back at this point. He was motivated by his fighting spirit. He returned to the Netherlands where he joined a small team called Groningen. That was in 2013. However, he was sent to FC Dordrecht on a loan to help him find his feet as he kept on struggling back then. Just after a year at the club he was sent to on loan, he did very well. He therefore moved to Gent in 2015 to join the Belgium Giants but found the game time hard to come by. Ekong, at this point, who used to play for the Netherlands national team, switched to Nigeria. At the same time, he was sent on a loan to Norway, where he did very well. This led him to moving to Turkish club Boraspor in 2017. After a year in Turkey, he earned himself a move to join the Italian Serie A side, the Udinese. Ekong knew it was very right to reconcile with his father, and he did so in 2018 after the World Cup. At this point, one would be sure that his father would have seen the success in the determination and the decision that his child has made. At this point, things only began to get better as Troost Ekong became a very important member of the Udinese club. And after spending 2 years in Italy, it earned him a dream move to England where he signed for the championship side, Watford. And this helped him to gain promotion to the European Premier League in his first season. At this point in his life, he was having a successful international career with Nigeria as well. After winning bronze medal at the Olympic with the Nigerian national team, that's the under-23, and forming a solid rock partnership with Leo Balogun at the national team. The determined Troost Ekong decided to join the Italian side Salernitana in January 2023. Unfortunately for him at this point, he was hit by an injury which came upon him just after 9 appearances. This led him to being dropped from the national team, and even after he moved to Greece where he recovered himself and played regularly, he wasn't still invited back to the Nigerian team. This went on close to a year. And you would almost think that Troost Ekong will never come back to play for Nigeria. Determined and patient, he decided to wait. After some time, he was called back, but not called back to play. He was called back and put on the bench. This did not deter him from working hard. Patience and determination yield results. He was taken off the bench back to the starting lineup and he made it to the AFCON 2023, and you know he has been making us proud. This is the story of Troost Ekong.